clickbait title time for you all. Did Polyphony Digital's Gran Turismo Sport from 2017 ultimately change fans' expectations as to what they should expect from the Gran Turismo franchise? Previously to Gran Turismo Sport, Gran Turismo was known for its real driving simulator, more of a car culture game focused on the car culture of Japan specifically. And did Gran Turismo Sport change everyone's expectations into expecting the Gran Turismo franchise moving forward to be more of a cookie-cutter racing game? Of course, driving and racing, very two distinct words when you take them apart here. So, of course, I've been Matt. Welcome to the channel. As always, if you enjoy this content, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to check out my Fanatec affiliate link down in the description below. And don't forget to check out my merchandise store at aweo.com/store/Matt51Westby. So, to my previous point of did Gran Turismo Sport change expectations? Going back to Gran Turismo 2, it was very definitely a driving simulator and had Honda Accords, Honda Preludes, Honda Beats. I mean, it had your standard cars that you could literally buy in a dealership. Not like your racing car dealerships, but like your dealerships, you know? And it's just really interesting to see now that we've come from there, a game that had, I think I counted maybe 50 race cars out of 620 cars. And now we've got a racing game that has 540, and I want to see close to 150, if not 200 of those cars are racing cars. So, I mean, I know that as the Gran Turismo series has gone on from like 4 to 5 to 6, race cars have been just steadily been added, but it just seems like Gran Turismo Sport was a turning point for fans' expectations. Again, Gran Turismo Sport was basically only race cars and really promoted online racing. So again, just really, it is definitely a spin-off game, because the previous Gran Turismo games, as we know, were taking these really oddball cars and driving them around like fictional circuits and whatnot, and really appreciating and learning about cars and their culture around them. And then Sport comes out, and then it's just hardcore racing only. I think there's been a definite shift in the community, because there is an incredibly loud minority that is commenting on every single post Kazunori makes on Twitter, on every single post on Reddit, saying, where's the new hypercars? Where's the new LMDH cars? And to be honest, I don't blame them for having that reaction. When you come from a game that is hardcore racing only, and then the next mainline Gran Turismo game comes out that has nearly half of its car list is racing cars, you would expect that these updates going out to 3 years have, you know, race cars. So yeah, it's just a very interesting dynamic that we have, because myself and a lot of people who are more long-term Gran Turismo fans, when we saw the Honda N1 RS being added, first of all, our question was, what transmission does it have? And once we realized it's the manual transmission, we go, oh, that's sweet. Why is it sweet? Because there is an actual one-make series in real life in Japan that races the Honda N1s, which is like, that's what I'm interested in. It's these really weird cars that you wouldn't expect, that already have, it's a car that's less than 4 years old, but already carries a significant history behind it in promoting racing culture in a car you wouldn't have ever expected, you know? Oh god, we don't have brakes. Oh, it is rainy for sure. Wow. So yeah, that was the interesting discussion point that I had for today, because I think it's a discussion that we should really have, because if fans' expectations is that Gran Turismo games from here on out are racing games, much like Forza Motorsport is a racing game, much like Assetto Corsa Competizione is a racing game, should we be as hard as we are on Kazunori Yamauchi for adding crossovers and whatnot, or are we just forgetting the plot, where he's just been like, hey, this is what I've been doing since day one, why are you angry with me? You know? Of course I don't have the answer to that. It's my personal opinion is a little bit of both, because racing games like Le Mans Ultimate, Assetto Corsa Competizione, Assetto Corsa Evo, R-Factor 2, I mean, these games are becoming more popular than ever, Rennsport, technically, and they are focused on getting the best times, getting the best performance out of your race car, you know? And if that is the case, if that's where everybody's expecting the Gran Turismo franchise to go, then I think that's just kind of a sign of the times. But my personal opinion, like I was trying to touch on, that I went on a tangent, is that Gran Turismo, since I want to say about 4, or since about 5, has been a game that is all-encompassing car culture that has steadily been increasing focus on motorsports. And I don't disagree with that. I think motorsports is an incredibly important, you know, aspect of car culture. That's where a lot of these really interesting cars come from, where they have motorsport counterparts, and then they, you know, these car manufacturers take those cars and build them for the road, or vice versa, where they take these really interesting cars and say, what if we just delete all the weight and add a couple of spoilers and, you know, race it in Le Mans, you know? And I think that's a very important distinction, because, like I said, I think there's a very large, well, maybe not large, but there's a very loud minority that learn Gran Turismo from Sport and are very unhappy with the direction that 7 is being taken in. If your starting point was Sport, I don't disagree with that reaction. But I think people really forgot that that was a spin-off, and that the mainline games are car culture, you know? So, to answer the clickbait title, did Gran Turismo Sport ruin the Gran Turismo franchise? Kind of controversial, but I think kind of, you know? I appreciate Kazunori Yamauchi going out of his way to create a spin-off game, but when there is a lag of, what was Gran Turismo 6, like 2014, and then Gran Turismo 7 is 2022, you have this massive 8-year-long gap, and the only thing in the middle is a spin-off game, and it's only focused on racing. I imagine a lot of people fell off from Gran Turismo 6, and then a large portion of people came from Gran Turismo Sport into 7. And I think that there's this clashing dynamic now of these long-term fans who know what Gran Turismo is about versus these new fans who want it to be just another cookie-cutter racing game, you know? So that all being said, let me know down in the comment section down below what you guys are all thinking. If you agree with the fact that Gran Turismo Sport really changed expectations, or if you think a lot of people just kind of lost the plot, per se. Again, tell me all what you're thinking down in the comment section down below. If you've enjoyed this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Again, don't forget to check out the Fanatec affiliate link down in the description below, and check out my merch store at aweo.com/store/Matt51Westby. Again, thanks so much for watching. Hope you guys have a great day today. Take care. Bye!